You know, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I still can't really think of a good answer. How do I introduce Berserk to an audience that might not be familiar with it? I mean, how do you do it? Do you talk about Mior and his Idolmaster addiction? Do you talk about Mior and his huge delays? Do you talk about the violence? Do you talk about the rampant memes? How do you do it? Well, for those who are already familiar with Berserk, feel free to chime in on this, but to those of my audience who might not be familiar with Berserk and only with the shonen games I usually cover, let's say that it's both a viewpoint of life and it's also really fucking crazy. I mean, that's probably the worst way I can put it, but yeah, it's a ride. It is a goddamn ride. I will definitely say that. So, hey, Zinger. Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to a new Let's Play. This time for a series that, well, you know, it's only the highest regarded manga of all time. You know, can't really fault it too much with that. This is Sword of the Berserk Guts' Rage. Now, not so much talk about the game for a second. We'll just talk about the anime itself, or not anime. Well, I did get one. The manga. Shit. Berserk is a very long-running manga dating back to like the late 80s in terms of its original serialization with the prototype chapters and running all the way up until present day. Yes, it's still happening. Yes, people are concerned about it. Yeah, no, you're not alone in that regard. Anyway, so Sword of Berserk Guts' Rage is essentially a... Well, this game's actually kind of fun. So you think that the very first Berserk game ever made would probably cover like the Golden Age arc or maybe Black Swordsman? Nah, we're post-conviction arc, baby. So no, I'm kind of jumping all over the place right now, but I'm so excited to talk about Berserk finally. But God, where do you start? Like, really? Well, I guess first of all, if I were to give it like a general idea of like where you'd want to start with Berserk, I'd actually probably say start with like the Golden Age movies because they are really well done. Then you can look at the 2016 anime, I guess, if you're curious about the conviction arc being animated. 97 anime at some point, and then you can get started the manga, and boy, that's right. So those who already know about me, I've actually recently been trying my hand at reading the Berserk manga. Yeah, I read about half of it exclusively for this Let's Play, and boy, it is crazy. I'm currently up to actually volume 23. I was reading it just for this Let's Play because this game does take place between volumes 22 and 23. Weirdly specific, but hey, whatever. I think those are the most current chapters at the time, and yeah, that's a thing. So, about Sword of Berserk Guts' Rage. Yeah, it kind of takes place between those two games, right after Guts takes off for Elfhelm with Casca and Puck in tow. This is actually before Serpico and Farnese join up with him. By the way, how do you pronounce the name? Farnese? Farnese? God. You know, when you marathon a fucking manga for the first time, going from translations from like the early 2000s to fucking recently, you see every translation known to man. For example, Guts. I've seen Gutsu, Gats, so much shit. I actually think this game might call him Gats if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of really weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna hold you here too much longer, but just know that Berserk is a wild fucking franchise. Also, welcome to the Berserk Marathon. Yeah, I know. This game, I've been so enraptured in Berserk recently, I wanted to actually marathon all three Berserk games that are currently available to me, which is this game, the PS2 Berserk game, which is, I think just called Millennium Falcon if I'm not mistaken, and finally the PS4 Muso game. Yeah, I gotta find some creative stuff to get around the copyright, go figure. Anyway, let's not beat around the bush too much longer. I'm trying to offload as much information as I can right now before we get into the gameplay because, boy, the cutscenes do not have subtitles. I don't understand why, but hey, whatever. Anyway, also, one more thing. This is a Sega Dreamcast emulator. I know, they do actually exist. No, this is a Sega Dreamcast emulator called Redream, and I actually gave these guys money, funny enough. I've never done it before for emulation company, but no, these guys are really cool. So basically, they initially, like, the emulator is free, but you can pay them like $5 and you'll like, get access to like fucking 4K rendering. Like, look at these. Yeah, you can do up to 4K. I'm only showing it here because my computer will not crash if I just immediately show it, but yeah, it's pretty damn cool, actually. I actually have not looked at any of these other things, but, you know, it's fine, whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. I do support Redream. I gave them my $5. They're really cool. Oh, one other thing. This game. Oh god, Sword of Berserk. How do I say this? This is a very old action game. So, if you're familiar with the Sega Dreamcast, it was kind of ahead of its time with, like, you know, Sonic Adventure. Yeah. No, it's got Soul Calibur, it's got a bunch of cool stuff, but no, this game is a little bit dated in terms of an action game. Let's just say this is before Devil May Cry 1. Like, according to the Berserk wiki, this game came out, like, around December 1999. And as a result, it's got a lot of those ancient trappings of action games. So, I don't like doing this. I didn't want to do this, but there's one particular section of this game that is notorious. If you're familiar with this game, you might know what it is. But I'm just going to say straight up, I'm going to be using 2 cheat codes. Just 2. I don't need more than that. First of all, don't need that for right now. First of all, infinite credits. Why does this godforsaken game have credits? Jesus Christ. Okay, if you're an extreme zoomer these days and you don't know what this is, first of all, I don't blame you. This is a really ancient relic of the past. Continues are indicative that this game was probably meant to be an arcade game. Back in like the late 90s, a lot of games are still trying to strip off like the whole arcade feel going to consoles. So, you know, if you die a couple more enough times, you have to use a continue. You're only allowed 3 continues. So, for example, like a lot of older games, I know this might not... People my age, like millennials, will know what this is. Zoomers, like younger, nope, not so much. So, if you die like, let's say 3 times in the game, you have to use a continue to keep going. If you then die, or if you then have to use 3 continues, game over. Like, just done, right there. And usually if you have to use a continue, you lose your save point, you have to go back to either a beginning of a level or a world. Yeah, it's, yeah, no, fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. We are not doing that. So as a result, yeah, infinite credits. There is one particular section of the game where I'm going to have to use infinite vials. Although I might just have it on for the rest of the game afterwards. You know, this details. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just kick this shit off. Actually, wait. I might have to restart the game in order to disengage the infinite health vials. I won't need that yet. For a long time, at least. I think I actually got pretty decent at this game, but holy shit, this game has a lot of bad design decisions, but we'll get to that in due time. First of all, Eidos. Huh, I haven't heard of those guys a little bit. Then again, this game is pretty fucking ancient, so I'm not too terribly surprised that they actually have hands. Now the bigger surprise. Not Assy. Oh god, these animations are so ancient. Jesus Christ. I mean, I like it, but dude, this one. Huh, Yukes. Well, I've heard of those guys before. Oh yeah, they're the guys who have made every single WWE vs. SmackDown game for like the last 20 years. Who recently actually were fired from a job because, yeah, stuff involving COVID-19 as well as bad production.
An outcast warrior enters a land plagued by an evil fate. He is not like ordinary men, for he carries the Dragon Slayer, a mighty blade of retribution, whose fury knows no equal. His enemies will know true fear once he starts to swing.
Is that actually the guy who voices Void in the English subs for the 97 anime? I don't know. That's curious. Anyway, so yeah, this is Sword of Berserk Genshin's Rage. Shit, this game is whack. First, I do like this game. This game is fine, but there is so much ass backwards with it. Again, we'll talk about more. But let's say the first big thing is that you don't get, or rather the first big thing is that the game doesn't give you a tutorial whatsoever. I'm gonna be playing this normal mode. I'm not nearly brave enough to try this on hard mode. You could say I should do hard mode for the offset of using infinite health files later on, as well as infinite continues, but no, this game is not great in that regard. Anyway, wow, I remember when he had advertised vibration. Since I'm currently using a PS4 controller for my emulation, I do not imagine I'll need that in the slightest, but hey, the option's there, I guess. Oh yeah, prize box. You get various things when you beat the game. It's kind of cool. I've only beaten this on like hard mode, so I don't think there's much more you can unlock. But hey, it's kind of cool. Now, one of the cool things I do want to talk about, this game is actually composed by the guy who did the music for the 1997 anime. So if you're one of those hardcore nostalgics that keeps using the 97 music for your YouTube videos, hey, you might get something out of this game, who knows. What the hell is this? Oh yeah. Oh god. What, hang on. Zato. Yeah. Creature of Darkness, Wings of Darkness, Femto. What are kind of... Why is Casca in all capital letters? What the fuck? Okay. Behirite. I didn't even see this one before. No, it's not even Bailit. It's not Beharit, you fucking weird-ass normies. No, it's Behirite or Bearite. I have no idea, dude. Oh my god. Borderlands, Brand, Eclipse, yeah, okay. Yeah, I did some funny early translations for you if you're interested in such things. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, also, my volume might be coming a little bit hot on my speakers, but this game has, like, no sense of volume balancing, so, fuck. Anyway, let's go ahead and kick this shit off the road. Again, no subtitles, fully voiced cutscenes. It's gonna be rocky. Let's get to it. So, as I said before, this game essentially takes place between volumes 22 and 23. So, again, after Guts takes off of Casca to go to Elfhelm, but before Serpico and Farnese join up. God. On the one hand, this game looks really good, but it has that super uncanny valley about it, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, also, God. If you ever want to see the most 90s fucking animation, like voice dubs, voice cast, this is it. You got such... Well, let's say that for later. But this woman, I think, is voiced by Wanda from Fairly Odd Parents. That's an immediate guess. Let me actually go double check that. Her name's Paula Tiso? I got this on my phone. Let me go look. Oh my god, she's Camilla in fucking Fire Emblem Fates? Okay. Alright, how far back did she go then? That's my big question. Quite a ways. Like, Static Shock, Lulu and Final Fantasy X. Holy shit, okay. I actually didn't know that offhand. I just had to Google that. So, yeah, just about how things usually go. Whenever you're in the world of Berserk, you're gonna get attacked by raiders and or rapists and or Mars at some point in time. Hey, at least it's not the Black Iron Chain Knights, whatever they're called, that worked for oh god, the King of Midland. What was his name? I don't remember offhand. Fuck. It's actually been like a month since I fully read the entirety, or got to where I am in Berserk. So I probably should have researched things a little bit more, but it's just not coming to mind offhand. I'll be sure to keep in mind for the next recording session, though. Anyway, hey Guts, who is voiced by the strangest individual you could have ever asked for. We'll get to that in due time, or rather, I'll just say it after this cutscene. I don't know, you tell me. That sword, why is the Dragon Slayer clipping into his cape? You'd think they'd probably account for that. Okay, so pausing there, yeah. First of all, yes, the game has no tutorial, it just literally drops you in. That's fun. Now, the voice actor for Guts is, I kid you not, Michael Bell. And if you don't know who that is, well, one such big role he is known for is fucking... Charles, as well as Drew Pickles and fucking Rugrats, as well as, I think, yeah, he's also the grandpa on that show. Dude, this shit's fucking wild. Is he? Yeah, he's Drew, okay. Yeah, this man is, like, people make the jokes about, like, weirdly Irish guts, and I totally agree, because, god, it's so weird. Anyway, this game, I was debating on actually having if invincibility turned on for this section so I can show off how to play the game, but it's kind of unnecessary. So, the game, like I said, yeah, again, it just tosses you in. These controls are super weird. First, if you play this on a Dreamcast, I have questions for you. But the default controls the game just kind of gives me is, again, this is emulated. If you play the game, with default controls, squared your jump button. Yeah, that's odd. Audio is coming in a little hot. Hopefully there's not an echo on my capture. That would suck. Square is jump, so you know we're off to a good start. Next weird thing. Triangle is guard. I don't get it. Why the metric fuck is triangle guard? I have many questions about this. X, anyway, moving on. X is your light attack, which you know. Anything coming from the Dragon Slayer that's considered a light attack. Yeah, I don't get it, but yeah. Circle attack is heavy. That makes sense. Most things from the Dragon Slayer should be considered a heavy attack. God, this game is coming in a little bit hot. Let me lower the volume at just a smidge on my end, actually. This is getting obnoxious. There, hopefully this will be a bit better, right? Good enough. So yeah, this game, as I said before, is a very prehistoric action game. Like, there's some weird-ass anomalies I don't fucking get. For example, you don't have a dodge button, or rather, you can't have a dodge button. If you move forward and press triangle, you have a slide. I think it's supposed to be like an offensive slide because, like, you can trip people up, but, like, I don't know if it has iframes or anything. Actually, you know what, hang on, let's see if this has iframes on it. I mean, it ducks on his stuff, so can't tell. Very evasive. I'm gonna keep that, so whatever. Oh, look, more of the boys. Oh, goody. So, if you want a very, like, generic, like, action game idea for this game, circle is kind of more for, like, area clearing, or, like, your Y attacks in order to, like, keep enemies off you. X is very much more for, like, single targets, but, you know, the Dragon Slayer is, like, taller than Guts is, so, I mean, yeah, it doesn't even matter. You're gonna be hitting shit regardless with the fucking Dragon Slayer. Let's see. You also have various, like, sort of Dynasty Warriors attacks, where, like, you can do light, light, heavy. It'll give you, like, different combinations. Actual things. It's kind of weird. I think X, light, light, heavy is like a retreating attack. Yes. Anyway, so one of the big mechanics of this game. Also, you're probably noticing, Bob, why aren't you getting, like, money or awards for killing these dudes? Well, let me introduce to you the first big problem of this godforsaken game. You're not given any rewards for killing enemies. The only thing I could possibly think of is that this game used to be like an arcade game, hence, you know, the continue system. But, you know, when you're on consoles, like, who gives a shit about score, really? Unless it's for, like, trophies or achievements on Xbox, but even then, it's like, no, why? So yeah, that's a really shit thing. This game could have used some more coding when it came out, but, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so just kind of clearing people out. The good thing about Guts is that he handles the Dragon Slayer incredibly quickly. Sometimes not quite fast enough, but hey, he kind of gets the job done. Clear, yay. Yee!
Well, I'll be...
We'll talk more about the game momentarily. So yeah, weirdly Irish Guts walking up to Casca. I have no idea why. Why Michael Bell? Okay. Like, at this point, no, I think the 97 anime wasn't dubbed until, oh, we'll talk about him momentarily. I think that the game might have been dubbed actually before the 97 anime, because I think that was dubbed in like 2000 or something. If memory serves right, so like, as a result, Mark Jericho isn't Guts just yet. The guy who we currently have for Griffith is not Griffith as of yet. So on and so forth. But Puck here is the funniest goddamn thing, actually. Puck here is voiced by Liquid Snake Cam Clark himself. I kind of want to directly ask Cam Clark why he was chosen to do Puck. Like, how do you go from brother to this? Holy shit, okay, the range of that man, though. But yeah, anyway, we just saved someone. Guts has usual sentimentality, trying to write it off as, nothing personal, kid, but he actually really does care deep down inside. Details. So this game does actually have an original story about it. This isn't a retelling of events. Like, this takes place between chapters, like I said, or volumes.
Why don't you come and watch?
God, I can't hear anything, but I have to turn the volume down when the fucking game is doing stuff. Momentarily, hang on. This game is very bad volume mixing, by the way. The freaking music volume is so overpowering over the voices. Well, those people was just a street performer who's being hassled by marauders and someone else who's in the back of the cart.
A performer, eh? like her.
Hey, Casca.
Also, Puck gives me all the gay thoughts. Just saying.
She probably wants to see that show. The town's right over there. Well, why don't you take her?
Forget it, Puck. I don't have time to waste on something like that.
Gotta keep moving Elfhelm in like 20 years.
Oh, work and no play will make you a grump.
Oh god. Oh god, they just recently got the Elfhelm. Holy shit.
Oh, we both want to go. Please, please, please. Oh, please, come on, let us go. Let's live a little. Come on, Gatsu. Please.
Did it actually just say Gutsu? Oh boy.
Sure, whatever. We need to get food anyway. I'm starving.
Fuck, I didn't even notice that, like, the textured knives on his
He said we're going.
armor.
I only got
God.
a glance, but I'm sure that guy in the wagon.
Pretty sure, well, not an apostle, but yeah, it's probably like a pseudo apostle.